Whoa, that was not supposed to come down.
Let's draw things. This is my sketchbook, and this is I can draw. That's all you need to know. I will admit, I usually specialize in abstract art, as you guys have seen, but I want to take the Murder Drones characters and turn them into my versions of killer robots. Fans of the channel know that I'm more than capable of doing weird and creepy art. So let's incorporate that into the characters of Murder Drones, starting with everyone's favorite, Jay.
For this first drawing, I decided to familiarize myself with the character as much as possible. You can see on the screen I was using some reference photos, all of which was just straight from Google, a little bit of fan art here and there, but ultimately I wanted to stay true to how I envisioned the character. And overall, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. I think I did the character justice and figured out her details.
So I finished some rough sketches to get an idea of who Jay is and how I interpret the character. This is really important because this is just spitballing on a page, me throwing up mentally, so to speak. I'm not worried about if this looks good. If it does, great. If not, it really doesn't matter because this is just to get me familiar with the character. And I feel pretty familiar with her design. I mean, the Murder Drones characters are pretty simple, as you guys are well aware. So converting this into ditto, put up a picture of Cybersnake. Might take a little bit of time, but I'm willing to tackle it. And I don't want to hear a single word in the comments about the fact that I'm drawing with a blue pen. I'm kind of broke right now, so that's literally all I have. And I don't steal other people's writing utensils, unlike everybody else I remember from school. Shame on you. The other important thing to remember is to not panic or compare myself to other artists. I have some reference photos up here that I used for, well, inspiration. I'm not trying to recreate what other people are drawing necessarily. You can see by the finished products here. But I do need a little bit of, well, detail. I can't exactly see because the show is very, very dark. Let me see if I can pull up a picture here. Even with a character like V that gets a ton of screen time, I can't exactly make out all the little details on like their getups. So having other pieces of fan art that I can look to for help is really important. But in doing so, and it's the same if you use Pinterest, it can get really, really easy, at least for me, to say something along the lines of, oh man, Liam Vickers is just so good at drawing his own characters. If only I was that good, maybe I should just leave the project here. Don't do that. Okay, don't compare yourself to other people. Draw every single thing as if you are the only one that's ever going to see it. And suddenly, it'll get a whole lot easier to draw and you'll be a lot more comfortable. Just, if you can overcome yourself, focus on what you are able to bring to the table, in which case, my little sketches here, focus on that and work up from there. There are things that you can do that no other artist can. All of that being said, let's turn to a new page and start converting her into something more in my style.
All right, we're at drawing number 2, and for this one, I didn't want to go all out. I didn't want to go full Cybersnake for this one. I wanted to focus a little bit more on subtly adjusting her design, making her faceplate a little bit bigger, changing a couple other details you'll see here in a second, and focusing a little bit more on the posing. Jay has always been super confident, very business-oriented, so I kind of wanted her to look like she was cutting loose. And in the end, I think I achieved that. It's really nice.
So I ended up doing another pretty normal looking sketch of Jay. I just changed the faceplate a little bit, gave her some shoulder spikes for some reason, and I couldn't decide if this was a gun or a missile launcher. So ultimately it's a fine sketch in and of itself, but this is definitely not my style. So let's try one more time here. Also, shame on me, I forgot the tail again.
All right, this time I'm locking in.
No more reference photos, just a me and whatever the heck's going on in my imagination.
This one is by far the best of the 3 sketches I've done yet, and I love how this one turned out. I was actually drawing it with a marker, as you can see, and it is an alcohol-based marker, and unfortunately my sketchbook is not, well, ready for alcohol-based products because it's smudged and bled through the page like crazy. I actually, you'll see here in a minute, had to go back to using a regular old blue pen but I used the markers because I really wanted to color this one in and enhance some of the details here. You can see I went all out with the claws, making them just super long and tenderly. The gun. Oh, the gun. It looks so good. I added a belt to it that plugs somewhere into her back. And of course the hair. I mean, how could I not bring up the spiky Miku hair? But I will say...
Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I like some things about this. Like, I like the belt going up to the back. I really like the claws. The legs, specifically the lower part, not exactly my favorite. I do kind of like how the hair turned out, even if it is a little, Miku. I think I'm going to give this one more shot and see what I can come up with.
For this final attempt, I'm going to try it on the whiteboard.
And then I tried to make a TikTok.
What does it take to get new followers on this platform anyway? What if J for murder drones? And this is my version of J.
Did you notice anything about that clip? Like, how it didn't add up whatsoever?
Follow for more.
Oh my gosh, I'm so good at making videos.
It's been 2 days. I had some time to think about it. I haven't looked at any of my old designs at all, but I think I've come up with something pretty good that definitely fits my style.
Oh, absolutely. It looks exactly like the cyber snake.
And I tried to stay similar to the silhouette of the character. It is a little bit difficult drawing in Whiteboard,
Did you know I used to work at NASA?
but overall, I think I did a pretty good job. This is pretty big, by the way. Here's my hand, and there's the drawing. You can see it's a little bigger here. Also, the legs, I tried to make them look like, those heart lockets, that it's like a broken heart and one person gets one half and one gets the other.
No, Professor. Literally no one in the history of the universe has ever seen one before. What are you saying?
I don't know why, that just kind of came to me while I was drawing. And again, I forgot the tail, so I made it a whip instead. But overall, I think it still captures the essence of Jay as a character. It's just a little bit more chunky in some areas, got a little bit more detail here and there, and I kind of like it overall. I like the blue details, and sometimes less is more, and that's what I chose to do with the hair.
So that was a complete lie. I ran out of ink in my marker, and I don't have enough money to get a new one.
As fun as this is, I feel like I could give it one more really good try. And so I think we're gonna do Old Reliable. I'm just gonna grab a pen and go to town.
Fourth time's the charm, hopefully.
Quick pause here. I can't thank you guys enough for watching my videos. I know that my art stuff only gets around maybe 100 views at the most, which contrasts that with almost 70,000 subscribers. It's a bit of a hit on my channel. So if you're taking the time to watch this video right now, thank you a million times over. Cannot thank you guys enough, seriously. And if you would like to support me, then visit shopprofsir.myspreadshop.com. I will be uploading everything I can there as a design, as a sticker. Stickers, by the way, are like 99 cents. So if you could pick one of those up, it would help me actually a ton. And the best way to support the channel is to buy a book. I've written a trilogy. The third book is currently coming out. It's President Troll and the Assault on America. It's about magic and dragons and stuff. And robots in America. It's a lot cooler than I'm making it sound. But please, pick up a copy today. I am almost done with that series. That is the best way to support the channel. Besides, of course, subscribing and liking. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't do this without you. Thank you.
I think my biggest problem is that I struggle with female anatomy. It's not something I draw. Hey, in all seriousness, I'm very proud of this, and it's an original character. But I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I need to draw this little robot. Okay, let's get this done.
It all comes down to this. And while you're watching me draw here, I'm keeping the design hidden on purpose, I would like to thank some of my most vocal subscribers here. We've got Scooter MC Peanuts 6699. We've got the Blue Kit Kat 7912. That one Squibbo, Youthy Animates, and Rinny Bunny 247. We've also got Mr. Butter 3268, Weepkins Lover, who's commented quite a bit actually, PD Ninja 3338, Ponk Debonk, great username there, at Lonely the Eevee, fantastic username, at Clutter E Guy 9747, and at Becca Briggs. Thank you guys so much for your support, for commenting, and if you comment on this video, I might mention you in the next one.
Okay, big reveal time. I think I finally managed to nail down my version of Jay. Hope you guys like it.
And here we go. I call it Needle J. I really like how the legs turned out on this one. There's not too much going on. The thing I kept telling myself throughout this whole project was less is more. So with what I had, again, the Murder Drones characters are pretty simple in their design, but with what I had, I decided to add a little extra detail. And I remembered the tail. Also, it's just a little bit longer and sharper. The canister is just a little bit more warped. She's got spikes on her arms. Her tie is kind of shaped like a saw. And of course, the hair. Oh man, the hair.
Hair and eyes play a huge part in any character design whatsoever. And any artist will tell you that, worth their salt at least. So when it came to my version of Jay, I really wanted to emphasize her unique hairstyle while also giving her eyes a little bit more oomph. You can kind of see that it's not just the usual X, there's a few extra dots and a bit of a diamond pattern behind it. And of course the hair has buzzsaws and caution design spikes coming out the top, because I just thought it was cool. Overall, this has been quite the project. I've got a few different versions of Jay that I've done now, of course this being the final one, but we still have others like the ink blot colored version that I still really like. We've also got the first iteration of Jay with a few minor tweaks here and there, but overall, also the whiteboard one. But overall, I really enjoyed this exercise. I like taking characters and attempting to reimagine them. Again, I'm usually an abstract artist, but I really enjoyed this process, and I would like to memorialize these designs that I've come up with by putting them on t-shirts and merch that you guys can purchase, which will be available at shopprofsir.myspreadshop.com. It should be available at the time that this is being uploaded too. So be sure to pick these up for yourselves today. I'm going to turn them into stickers and other designs that you guys can hopefully enjoy and show your support for me and my endeavors to become a bit of a better artist and a lot better at showing off my skills and talents. But thank you guys so much for watching. Here's a nice little slideshow of everything I've done so far.
Annie, are you okay? So, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
What happened to her?
She was struck by a smooth criminal.
Why would you think any of this was a good idea?
Probably because I'm a dangerous sociopath with a long history of violence.
Oh.
I don't understand how you keep forgetting that.